Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm your host, Paul Jasson. Thank you for joining us as we telecast and broadcast from the lobby downtown at Fairfield Federal. It's fall, fair is just a couple of weeks away. Things are getting moving into that time of the season, so we thank you for joining us. Hopefully we've got some interesting programs set up today. I know the first one we can account for that. Have Lisa Evangelista, CEO of the Fairfield Community Health Center. Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Sure, it's always a pleasure to have you on and talk about all things health department related with you. And golly, I don't know how long it's been, maybe last year. I think it was probably been a while since we've had you on. So thanks for coming back, and busy place up there. Busy place, and we'll talk about that later, but I think I go by South School periodically. That was where I went to grade school many years ago, let me say that, but it wasn't actually a grade school, but not soon, but eventually after some work here with a lot of renovation and planning and things going on, that will be your new home. That's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting, very exciting. We doubled our square footage once we get it renovated, and believe me, the need in the community, it's very necessary. Yeah. So we're very excited about that.
I was looking at some of the numbers and doing some preparation for the show. You guys are busy.
We're very
capital
busy.
B.
Very
capital
busy.
B. A lot of programs going on. I know you have in August you had your health center update. Big thing for the kids.
Yes, Health Center Week. We had activities and we gave away book bags, which was a real big hit with the kids. And I think we got rid of all of them. At the Main Street location, Hunter Trace in Baltimore, we had lunch for everyone. It was a really, really good week, and it really, a lot of people came in, appreciated what we gave them. It was a lot of fun for the employees and for the patients.
I know when I talk about numbers, the people that you served last year, I think I read where it was 6,100 individuals, not duplicated, just 6,100 individuals and 22,000 office visits. No matter how you cut it or where you have it, that's busy.
It's very busy, and this year we're even busier. We're going to probably hit around 7,200 unduplicated patients this year, with probably over 27,000 encounters.
Who is your main clientele?
Really everyone, but because so few physician offices take Medicaid in numbers, we have a lot of Medicaid patients, and we have a lot of uninsured patients. We turn nobody away, which is what's so excellent about our health center. And so we serve you whether you have insurance or you don't. So
just walk in?
I'll tell you what, about the walk-in Wednesdays. Yes, we do have walk-ins right now. We have walk-in Wednesdays at Hunter Trace location off of 22.
Right.
And at the Main Street location, it's every first Wednesday at Main Street Hunter Trace from 1 to 5 p.m. You can just walk in, whether you're a patient or not, you can establish, and you'll be seen.
So you can get an appointment?
First come, first served, right.
Okay, on another
day,
okay.
But this is for people
right.
that have a hard time keeping appointments, or are really sick and they need to see a doctor that day. They can just walk in, and there'll be 2 to 3 doctors available to see them.
Now, if you're on the appointment schedule, how's that handled? How do you do that?
The appointment schedule, well, we also have a residency program in the Main Street location, so there's always residents working as well.
Okay.
So their appointments will stay the same. The providers that are handling the walk-in Wednesdays have been blocked, so anybody that walks in will be seen.
And how many employees would you have in your building down there right now on any given day?
The majority of our employees, we have a total of 55 employees in our organization, so I would say probably half are down there.
Okay. Yeah. And all work
Over
to death
half.
at times, huh?
Oh, it's a very busy environment.
Sure.
Yeah. You got to have the passion.
High energy.
High energy,
High
yes.
energy. One of the things that I hear about periodically, especially with young children, is this HPV, the human papilloma virus initiative, and I know you've got some things going on there, and you're looking to immunize young people in this.
Absolutely. 11 and 12-year-olds, females, males, it's critical. And actually, I seen on the news the other night that is one of the 4 vaccinations that they would like to see children.
You're starting to hear more and more about it the last few years.
Exactly, and it protects them. I mean, it protects them from the sexual transmitted diseases, and I think we are on the forefront of that. We've partnered with the American Cancer Society on that and the initiative, and we're seeing more and more kids come in because it is really a necessary. I mean, why wouldn't you do it if you can prevent them getting cancer?
So the uptick there, that's one of these programs that you're in kind of the ground floor, and now you're seeing a lot of activity.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Tell us about Healthy Steps and Beyond. I know this is a program that you have for individuals for chronic diseases and obesity. Tell us how that interacts with your organization.
Well, I'll tell you, we have partnered with the Fairfield County Foundation. They have been wonderful to us with giving us funding to help with the obesity. That was one of the 3 targeted areas in the needs assessment in this community. Obesity was one of them, and the children and the adults. So now we've been able to incorporate in Healthy Steps 2 the children. So we've got jump ropes, we've got scales, we've got all kinds of fun things for them to do when they meet with us monthly.
So they don't even know they're working out, they're just having a good time.
Right, and that's exactly what we did during Health Center Week. We had all this stuff displayed, and our 2 nurse RNs, care coordinators, drive that meeting and drive this initiative.
Talking with Lisa Evangelista, and she is the CEO of Fairfield Community Health Center, soon to be up at South School. Right now your main location is
1155 East Main Street.
Okay.
We have also at Hunter Trace, and then there's one in Baltimore.
Tell us about the extended hours. We talked a little bit about Wednesdays and the hours you have, but I guess you're there to meet the needs of the community, whatever they may be.
Absolutely.
And you do your best to do that.
We do. Our Main Street location is open till 8 o'clock every single night except for Fridays, and we're open from 9 to 1 on Saturdays. So that is to meet the needs of people that are working, that can't come in to see their doctor, and then, of course, on Saturdays. And we have really seen an increase in the numbers of patients that are utilizing that.
So this increase, do these seem to be new people then coming in? I know
a lot of them are new people.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, and a lot of the times in the evenings from 5 to 8, it's just whoever comes in will get taken care of.
Okay.
He might have appointments, but a lot of times, a lot of them are open because we need to see the people that come in after work.
And let's hit up that Walk-In Wednesday again. That's a big part of your program.
Walk-In Wednesday, actually, we at the Hunter Trace location, the Walk-In Wednesday is the first and the third Wednesday of the month.
First and third Wednesday.
Right, and at Main
Hunter
Street
Trace.
at Hunter Trace. The first Wednesday is from 1 to 5, and the third Wednesday is from 8 to noon.
Okay.
And it's posted all over the place on our website, on our Facebook page. Also, and then at Main Street right now, we may go into 2 a month, but right now it's the first of the month from 1 to 5. First Wednesday of the month, 1 to 5.
I guess you just sort of see what the needs are, and then if there are any changes, you base that on where you best can continue to serve the community.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I it's pretty likely that that's probably going to expand as well. This will be our second Wednesday will be this week, actually, tomorrow.
So numbers continue to jump, continue to increase. I guess that's a good thing. I mean,
It's a
in your
wonderful
case,
thing.
that's a good thing because it allows people that perhaps don't have these opportunities in another source, whether it be a family doctor or wherever they might go. They come there, and again, no one's turned away.
No one is turned away, and we see everyone. We see Medicare patients. If you have insurance, we'll see you. We'll see anybody. We have a wonderful pediatrician. He sees kids 3 days a week. We try to make sure we cover everything. We have behavioral health services, which is a great need in this community. So we try to cover everything.
So it's more than just simply physical.
Right.
Yeah.
We try to wrap it all together so you can be as healthy as you can be.
Yeah, well, very good. And again, we touched on it early, and I wanted to come back to it. South School. What a highly visible place that's going to be, and I'm sure that didn't go unnoticed when you made your move there, I guess a couple of years ago. I don't know when it
Last
was.
summer.
We talked, was it last summer?
It was last summer.
It came out, and when the schools made their changes, and they're, the Lancaster City schools are making all these changes, and some schools have opened up. I know East is another one that's changed hands recently, and South School is where it is now. So, again, a highly visible place. It's a beautiful facility right there. Again, it looks about the same from the outside as what I remember, because it's that yellowish kind of brick, so it hasn't changed much. The one thing I haven't gone up there and looked in the back, but I can remember I went there in the first grade. That's when I went there. And I thought that place in the back would be as big as Cleveland Stadium. It looks so big, but a few years ago I was up there, and it's just a little dinky place in the back. How can that be where we played back there? But for your needs and for the things you have, boy, what a place for growth.
Well, and what's fantastic is the outside of the building will pretty much stay the same.
Yeah.
It'll be the inside that'll change, and it's kind of cool because our classrooms will turn into care rooms. And the classrooms actually fit very nicely with how we want to renovate. So, our goal is try to obtain half of the funding that we need through, our capital campaign.
Sure.
And then the rest we'll finance. And we're hoping with between 3 to 5 years, we should hopefully be open and running at least the first floor, because that is where the clinic will be, on the first floor.
Will you rent out some of the other space, or do
Well,
you have a plan for any of that yet?
We have a plan that the administration offices will be on the second floor.
Okay.
So, and we'll probably actually end up with the behavioral health on the second floor because the need is so great. So it'll be split. So I think probably going to be using all of the space.
Well, by the time you're probably in there, I think the way it sounds, the growth is, if it continues, and there's no reason not to think it won't, all that space is going to be needed. You'll almost be breaking out of there by the time you get in.
Yeah, and I probably.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
I was going to say, it's a pretty exciting time to think about. That building is relatively small as you are moving into that place, and then eventually being too big for that, but there's plenty of room for growth there. There's a big back end.
Yeah, we have almost 4.5 acres.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
4.5
so
acres.
we could build out if we need to, and it's exciting, very exciting.
So if somebody is interested in either making an appointment or getting more information on what you do, or how their needs personally might interact with what you have for them, how can they do that?
Go on our website. It's fairfieldchc.org, and you can donate, you can make an appointment, you can get all of your paperwork there. They can call our offices. Everything is on our website.
fairfieldchc.org, or you can just Google the Fairfield County or Community Health Center.
Community Health Center.
And it'll come up.
We also have a Facebook page. So there's plenty of opportunities to get a hold of us.
Social media, where it is.
And, visit us on Wednesday, Walk-in Wednesdays.
Walk-in Wednesdays. Glad to have you there. Very good. Lisa, thank you for joining us. Always
Thank you.
Informative. We'll look forward to an update on the South School project,
Absolutely.
see how that's going. Very good. We'll be back on Fairfield Today in just a moment. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. Thank you for joining us. We're going to talk big brothers and big sisters in just a moment. But first, let's take a little bit to talk about the good folks here at Fairfield Federal. Again, if you go to their website, fairfieldfederal.com, lots of links on there, lots of information for any of the money needs and questions that you might have. You can get answered right off that website. And several of the big buttons on there that you can tap that are important would be the personal banking, business banking, or internet banking. And internet banking, and that's what most people want now in a bank. They want to be able to do much from any device at their home, their computer, their laptop, their cell phone, anything that they have. People want to be able to be engaged with their financial institution, and certainly Fairfield Federal can handle that. They can do everything there. You can pay your bills online, you can transfer money between your accounts, you can view your balances, look at your account history, look at your check images. Much of that all could be done right from never leaving your home. So you can just get up and want to look at your account, fine, you can take care of it at home. FairfieldFederal.com is a good place to start if you're thinking about making some changes in your personal banking. That's a good place to look. They can answer many questions right there. These are local people, local place here doing the business right here in town. At this location downtown on the west side over on Pierce Avenue and Fair, or up at Cross Creeks Boulevard in Pickerington, fairfieldfederal.com. It's the second visit here for this young lady. Be back with us, Jolynn Pugh. Jolynn, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
It's been, since we had you on, and that's been a few months ago, been a busy time.
It has.
You hit the ground running back then, as I remember. That was right before your big bowling, which was your big time in terms of fundraiser. That was the big time. That was earlier in the year with Greg Russell and all the great folks out at Tiki really help you on that. But you hit the ground and just, okay, Jolynn, here you go.
Here it is.
And you survived that, and you had
I
a
did.
fundraiser a month ago, and you survived that. Your big banquet out there, a wonderful banquet you had out there at Cheer Chalet. So you're still here, so and still
I
a
am.
smile on your face. So been
Still running, too.
Busy time. Huh?
Absolutely, it
Yeah.
has. You know, I've been here 7 months now.
Okay.
And so we've had 3 fundraisers in that 7 months. So it has been a little bit busy for us, but we are very appreciative of all the community support and everyone that comes out to support our great events, and we have a great time at them as well.
Well, I think one of the things we wanted to touch on here is at your banquet a couple of months ago, or maybe a month or so ago, when you had that out at Cheer Chalet, you had your big banquet up there, and one of the things that you highlighted were the bigs. Bigs are the adults in the program, the littles are the children in the program, and I guess you need bigs.
We do.
That's an ongoing issue.
It's always a struggle to find
Yeah.
someone to volunteer, because we do ask our volunteers to stay with us for about a year.
Well, and you know, I looked at that, and I think many people may not get involved in that, but it's a wonderful program. Let me say, I
Absolutely.
can tell the people that are involved in it, they love it.
Absolutely.
The littles love it, the bigs love it. I often think maybe the bigs get more out of it than littles.
Well,
I'm sure
and-
you hear that.
We do hear that on a regular basis, and I think the littles get a lot out of it, but not until later in life when
Sure.
they see
Yeah.
the effects that it had on them. Where
Right.
the bigs can feel the impact immediately because they're adults and they have a little more knowledge behind them. But as you heard from at the gala, you know, the bigs are touched, you know, by these stories, and being able to hear their littles tell why they should have been the big of the year. That was really touching.
There were some great stories there, but I was thinking about people that may be just maybe a thought germinating about should they get involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters. I think perhaps people can be intimidated, and actually there's no reason for that.
None at all.
There's training, I mean, you've got a real system here. You just don't take people out, throw them against a young person and say, good luck, go about it.
Right.
There's a real system here. The schools are
Absolutely.
involved. These are kids that are need help, and they're waiting for some help. They're looking for adults to help them, and you train the people, and everything is really structured.
It is, you know, and we go through a 3-layered background check as well, because safety is our number one priority
Sure.
for the bigs and the littles. We want everyone to be safe that's involved. So we really take the time to have a good interview, make sure that we get as much information as possible from the bigs and the littles, so that when we do make those matches, they can be long-term and really have a long-lasting impact for everyone involved. And I think that what makes our program so unique with the mentors is we professionally supervise that match. So we have regular contact with both the bigs and the littles and the parents. And it's really a group effort between the partnership between the parent, the child, and the volunteer with our agency. And because we do it in that way, I really see a lot of impact for these children and the family. It really changes the entire family structure once that child has that bonded relationship.
And I know you have a good website that people can find information on. Give us the information, because I would say that, you know, if it is in your mind somewhere that you know someone, or even you, would like to get involved with this program, that's a good place to start. Gather some information, maybe give your office a call, talk to you or your folks there. You have a good staff. That'd be a good place to start.
Absolutely, you know, and our website is www.bbs-fairfieldoh.org. We always try to keep it updated with our programs and what's going on with our bigs and littles. So if you ever need information, that's a great place to start. Or you can just call our office at 740-687-9477.
Talking with Jolynn Pugh. Jolynn is the executive director with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And I guess maybe 20 years here in Lancaster, Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
We're at 31.
Is it well, maybe it's 30, 31.
Yeah.
So Big Brothers was around a long time, emerged later with Big Sisters, but now for 30 plus years it's been here in town and been doing the work. But I know you have a lot of kids out there.
We do.
I don't know what the number is, but at your banquet you talked about that. There's a lot of people just waiting for the bigs.
There are, and we just were working on that last week. School has started now, and we're getting referrals coming in from the school system. And we started a new program this year that we're really excited about with the After School Center. We're actually going to mentor children at the actual center. So it's a little more structured. So for somebody that wants to get involved but are not sure they want to sign up for the community-based program, which basically they go out into the community and do things with their little. This is a little more structured. So it would be from 4:30 to 5:30, 1 day a week at the after school centers. And it's a great way to kind of get your feet wet to mentoring. We have a lot of mentors that are really excited about that program, and we're just ready to get it up and running and going.
I was talking to Michelle Richland right here, sitting in where you are, just maybe a month ago, and we talked about that a little bit, and I think she's as excited as you are about this. This has great possibilities.
It does, and they have the kids there who need us. They're facing some sort of adversity. And we really don't define adversity that much. It's whatever is an adversity for that child. Maybe it's a single parent home, maybe someone in the family is raising them, maybe they're in foster care. Adversity is really going to be different no matter, each kid could have a different set of adversity. So we really try to keep it very broad so that we can help as many kids as possible. And with this new partnership with the after school program and Michelle, we're really going to be able to serve more children. And that is our ultimate goal.
Well, we're here into the fall and getting close to winding up the year, 2017. But I know you've already looked ahead to 2018 and got some dates, and you've got some big events that are still out there in front.
Yes. Every year we have 3 fundraisers because most of our funding comes from our fundraising. We have United Way funding every year, which we're extremely grateful for, as well as funding through Adam H. And that covers about 50% of our budget, and really the rest of our budget is fundraising.
Yeah.
So our Laugh for Kids' Sake, which is our big comedy night, that is going to be on February 10th of 2018 out at the Eagles Event Center.
It's always a fun night.
It is,
Great night.
And the comedians that we had last year were just spot on. They were they were very funny, and we had a great time. And we had a really high attendance last year, so we're hoping that we can surpass that just a little bit. I'm a little bit competitive, so I always have to beat myself out.
So you've got another one coming up there, and also other things too.
Yes, and we have Bowl for Kids' Sake, which has Greg said at our from Tiki, he had spoke at the gala a little bit and said that he'd been doing the partnership for 27 years. And so this will be our 28th year that we've had Bowl for Kids' Sake out at Tiki Lanes, and we're extremely grateful. We could not do it without Greg, that is for sure. And that is going to be on April 13th and 14th this year. So everyone can start talking to their teammates and get some bowling teams together. That is one of our largest signature events. And I think it really gives a good chance for kids and adults to all come out and support such a great cause.
And we'll give a little plug here to Greg Russell and the folks at I know he won a big award.
He did.
At your gala a month or so ago, and well deserved. But again, 20, almost 30 years of doing this there for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. But they do a lot of things in the community, and from the Jimmy Cordell Foundation, just their thing is one of the big ones out there. Tiki is involved in a lot of things. We'll give them a plug. I know he's been just a real blessing to your organization.
He absolutely has, and he also has. There's a free bowling program for kids all summer long, and so he's been a huge part of that. So we really appreciate all the work that he's done, and the award he got was the Phil Mackey Award. And I
remember Phil again, a great volunteer in the community.
He was, and we still have some of the games he built for us. So it's wonderful, and we were very honored to give that to Greg this year.
I was looking at your website. What was your address again on your website?
It's www.bbbs-fairfieldoh.org.
And I was looking at some of the things on there about your mission, and I thought that was a good mission statement you had.
Absolutely.
Provide children facing adversity with a strong and enduring, professionally supported one-on-one relationship, and a relationship that changes lives for better forever. And I think professionally supported, again, that's what you talked about.
Right.
You just don't throw people with a young person and say,
Right.
have a good time. It's very structured. The schools are involved. They meet at schools. These are kids that they know need the help. So don't be intimidated by
Right,
that. I would
absolutely
say just come out and talk to you or talk to your folks and go from there.
Yes, and we have a lot of really great activities that we sponsor for the bigs and the littles so that they can get together and have that support of each other as well when they're going through it. It's great. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is really generational changing. Once we change that little, everyone behind that little has that same opportunity. And we really want to focus on having a large impact with those kids.
It'd be nice to change a life and maybe have that person come back as a big at some
Absolutely.
point too. That'd be pretty
And
cool.
we hear about it every day.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jolynn Pugh, Executive Director of Big Brothers and Big Sisters. You can BBBS, just Google that. You can find it, Fairfield
Yeah.
County. It's on there. A lot of good information on the website. Contact them. Don't be intimidated. Contact them. Give them a call. Talk to them about the program. See if you or somebody you know might want to get involved as a volunteer. So good luck with that.
Thank you very
Good.
much.
Jolynn Pugh's been our guest. Thank you for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.